Hello, welcome back to another video. Hope you're excited. We're gonna do our makeup today, and I wanted to show you my cozy girl makeup routine. This is kind of like, a no foundation, like really cozy. It is in my head, it's like coffee makeup, like I think they call it like latte makeup nowadays, and it just reminds me of like going to a bookstore and getting a little cup of coffee and just being cute and cozy. And so it's really gonna be infused with like the coziest, warmest energy. I am gonna do like a cool tone twist just because I have a cool undertone. And I just like cool tones on me, but it's kind of, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to do this and infuse with intention. So we're gonna be using sigils and color psychology and all that fun stuff. So if you're new here, hello, my name is Luna. I do witchy things, I do glam things, and girly things. And so it's really a fun time. And so yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to infuse your makeup with intention so that you can get a desired result. Doesn't that sound crazy? I don't know, man. I didn't make it up. Grab a little bevo. I'm drinking an iced mocha that I made from home. Cheers to me, saving money. Hop into something comfy, grab a little drinky drink. Aw, I meant to grab my water too. I like to have 2 drinks around me at all times. Before we move forward, quick sneak peek of how the makeup look turns out. Aren't you so excited to see how to get this? I'm excited to show you. I feel like it turned out so cute, despite the mascara marks. But first, I wanted to give a shout out to Dossier, who is collaborating with me on this video, and do a little mini quick unboxing of my 3 new Dossier scents. If you do not know, Dossier reproduces classic high-end luxury fragrances at a fraction of the cost by cutting the brand tax. And so they have these amazing scents that you may know and love, or maybe don't, like me, because they're too expensive and you're like, I've never heard of Killian, what is that? And then you find out it was like $300. Yeah. So these fragrances are so affordable and they smell just like the real thing. For example, my absolute favorite Dossier scent, I have it right here, is Ambery Vanilla. And this is inspired by Black Opium by YSL, which I also have, and I love doing side-by-sides and smelling them because they smell so similar and they're so amazing. I wear this all the time. Shout out to Ambery Vanilla if you want to smell very sensual and sweet and sexy. This is my fave. But I got 3 that I want to show you, 2 of which are gonna be Christmas presents. So don't tell the men in my life. Dossier has scents for women, men, and they have unisex scents, which I really love because they're honestly super nice. I love a little masculine vibe. The first scent that I want to show you guys is this Citrus Marine, which is inspired by Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue for Men. And I hope my dad's not watching this. You know what, Dad, if you're watching this, happy early Christmas. I love you. I'm gonna send this to my dad probably. Maybe I'll send it to my brother. I don't know. This feels like my dad. This is like your classic blue men fragrance. Citrus Marine has top notes of citrus, grapefruit, mandarin, middle notes of marine notes, juniper, black pepper, and base notes of oak moss, amberwood, and incense. Like I said, this is like a classic Dolce & Gabbana. Classic blue. You know how they always call them blue? That's like how it feels. Really classy, really clean, loving it. Next, we have Musky Oak Moss, and this is inspired by Creed Aventus. This has notes of apple, pineapple, bergamot, rose, birch leaf, patchouli, musk, oak moss, and amber. Ooh. Ooh. Who is he? I like this. I like this a lot. Yeah, no, this is really nice because it's got that like musky, ambery, you know, patchouli kind of energy that's like a bit darker, a bit less clean, which I like. I prefer the less clean smells. And then I had to get a scent for myself. This is the Powdery Peach. This is inspired by Jimmy Choo I Want True Eau de Parfum with notes of peach, tangerine, black currant, white flowers, jasmine, lisse, vanilla, benzoin, and patchouli. Let's smell it. It sounds really good. Ooh, that smells so good. Ooh, it's like kind of got a candy. All that like fruit in there makes it really candy. Let's put it on. Let's put it on. Oh my God, I love that. Oh my God, I love that. No, I love that. I don't usually love powdery. It doesn't come through too powdery. It's like candy. It's like sweet candy. I really like that. Oh, I love that. I cannot wait to wear this. So get yours, check it out. I've got a coupon code for you. I'll have it right here and I'll have the link down below. Let me know in the comments what scent you get and if we're gonna be scent twins. So let's just get back to the video, and thank you again to Dossier for collaborating with me. Love you. And let's get started. I'm gonna bring you guys in a little closer. Let's get personal. Okay, so we're doing a no foundation makeup look today because it's just like a chill coffee shop bookstore look when you are the main character of, you know, a cute little cozy novel, right? I am gonna put some of this baby skin pore eraser on my face because I am getting pores. I don't know if it's an age thing, if it's, I never used to have pores like this. Well, my cheeks are getting porous. Love to see it, which is fine. It's super natural and happens. And if you have pores, congratulations, you have skin, you have a face. Imagine not having one. So it's not a big deal, but I am putting this primer on. I have done my skincare already. I recommend doing a good skincare routine to start so that you've got a nice clean palette to work on. I'm gonna put some up here too because, again, pores. I think more than anything, it's just a little strange to me because I never used to like have pores, and it's probably just aging. It's so scary. While I let that sit, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. So I am using this, and this is the Anastasia Brow Freeze. I love this stuff. And then just the ABH, I don't know what number this is, but it's the dual spoolie and then angled brush. All right, guys, so while I do this, let's just chat because it's been a while since we've just sat down and chatted. Oh my God, I've had so much fun recently. I've had a lot of fun recently. I started reading A Court of Thorns and Roses. My friend Maddie asked me to read this for like the past 2 years, and I was like, I just have to do this. I bought the book in January, okay? So it's been essentially a year, and I bought the book like literally like January 2nd of 2023, and so it's been on my shelf, and I just last week started it because I was like, you know what? I need to read this. Okay, quick makeup check-in. This is what I do. I finger the stuff, I put it on my eyebrow, essentially pressing it in. What you're gonna do is use this metal part and really press it in. What I'm gonna do, I don't love the fully brushed up all the way look. I like my front end to be brushed up, and then what I'm gonna do is take the spoolie. It looks kind of gross because it has all this gel on it. And I've just like been really feeling the like a bit thinner brow situation. But yeah, kind of thinning it out. I like to make sure my tail is pretty straight. That's just a personal thing. But I don't love the all brushed up look, just the front. I think it's too mask for me, and that's okay. That's just a personal preference. Okay, but anyway, so I read this book. Oh, it was so amazing. I thought A Court of Thorns and Roses was just smut. Like, I really went into it thinking, you know, we're gonna have a good time. We're just gonna get a little crazy. There's not gonna be a plot. This is not for the plot. This is not something you read for the plot. And so when people said, like, I read it for the plot, I was like, yeah, I'm sure you read it for the plot. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, hi, Lou. Lou's screaming. But, dude, I literally read it for the plot. Like, I'm one of those girlies now. Like, it actually was so good. And it wasn't even smutty at all, the first book. I've heard the second book goes hard, which I'm excited about. Come here, Lou. Come on, if you want to join us, come on. I'm gonna fast forward till my brows are done. I'm just gonna fill in my brows because it's not imperative to this look. Okay, so I just kind of filled in the tail ends of my brow. I haven't cleaned it up or anything with concealer, and I don't think I'm gonna. I am gonna just take this brush, and it has, I mean, leftover concealer on it, just to kind of clean it up. Lucy's on my lap. She does this every time I do my makeup. She jumps on my lap and needs to be pet, and every time I do my eyebrows, she like nudges her head into my hand. It's really cute. She just wants to snuggle, but I'm like, oh, queen, please. Okay, cool. So yeah, I read A Court of Thorns and Roses. It was so good. The plot was insane, and it was such an emotional roller coaster. I did not expect to want to cry and to be so scared at times, so it was so good. I highly recommend it. I literally, the day after I finished it, so the night I finished it, I stayed up till like midnight reading it. And the next day I was like, I'm going to Barnes & Noble and I'm buying the second one today so I can start. Haven't started it because yesterday was that day. I am gonna just fill this in a smidge. Yesterday was that day that I went to Barnes & Noble. And I went to a concert last night. It was so much fun. You guys know I've like not done many things out here. It is the depression and the anxiety and a bunch of other shit, but okay, let me tell you what I'm doing next. So it's a no foundation look, so I'm not gonna do foundation. I am gonna do other stuff though. So I'm gonna start with concealer. Maybe I should start with eyeshadow. I always go between starting with eyeshadow and concealer. There's pros and cons to both. I do tend to just like to start with concealer, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm using this Bare Minerals Original Liquid Mineral Concealer. It's super good, I love it. I'm in the shade Fair 1W, which I know is warm, but I like to do a little bit of a warmer shade under the eyes because that yellow is gonna counteract the dark circles, which I have so bad dark circles. I don't know, it's another recent development. I'm gonna just put it in a couple different spots. I get kind of like red around here, so I'm gonna put it here because I notice if I don't, I just randomly look a little red around there. So that's kind of spot treating. I'm not even like, I have these red dots. I don't know what they are. I've heard they have to do with B12 deficiency, which I do have. So I just have these little red dots. I'm not even gonna cover that because I don't care about that. And I am embracing imperfect skin. You don't have to have flawless or perfect skin. If you have like zits or red bumps or eczema or whatever, dark circles, whatever, you don't need to cover them. So I'm not, because I think this character of this like cozy coffee shop girl is not like airbrushed skin, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a cozy look. You don't need to look airbrushed, face tuned, whatever. I haven't started A Court of Mist and Fury yet, which is the second book, but I'm gonna start it today. I'm so excited. I've heard it's a lot of people's favorites, so I'm very, very excited to read that. But last night I went to an Activation Vibration concert. If you guys don't know Heather Hoffman, Activation Vibration, she is a spiritual YouTuber and a musician, and she has really cool tunes. I've like for the past like years like done my yoga to her music because it's like so activating. I feel like it's in a good way, so good. And so her and a couple other folks did a show at Venice West in Venice, and so I forced myself to get out of my bubble and to go. I'm gonna let this concealer dry. I don't even know if it's necessary. I might go in with this color corrector for my dark circles, but again, like I feel like for this makeup look, it's like, this isn't about looking awoke. This is about looking cozy. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is maybe my favorite thing, okay? This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Latte Stick Blush. So you've got your blush on one side, and it's this like, I mean, it's essentially like a contour shade. It's essentially brown. It's a very warm brown. Lucy, baby, don't touch that, honey. And then there's a little brush on the other side. The brush is super stiff, and I don't like that. It's just not my vibe, so I don't use the brush. But I got this in a BoxyCharm like add-on. It's called Ipsy now, but I'm old, so. But this I use as like a mix between a bronzer and a blush. I feel like I should do my eyeshadow first. No, we're fine. We're gonna do this because this is what we felt called to do. You can see it's like this, it's this beautiful color, and it's not like a blush I would normally wear. So this is what I'm gonna do. You can see it's super peachy. I'm gonna put it on as if it was both a blush and a bronzer. And I'll put it up here too, because why freaking not? Yeah. Add some color into my face. So yeah. So it was really, really fun concert. But I was out very late, which I'm not used to. So when I got home, I was so tired, so I didn't even read my book, but that's kind of why I'm doing cozy makeup today, because I was like, I want to make sure I read this book. I also need to catch up on my Patreon book club. All my Patreon babes. You guys are like, I know, Luna. I'm always a little bit behind on things. It's okay. Working on it. So I am taking my blush over my nose. I just really like that technique. It kind of makes it more diffused, more natural, instead of being like specifically placed. I think it works really well too when you're doing a no foundation makeup look, because it kind of accentuates and highlights that like natural, no makeup kind of vibe. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I met Heather Hoffman, who is like kind of a spiritual icon of mine and also like a YouTube icon of mine. She is so beautiful and ethereal in person as she is online, and I just think like her vibes were so good, and she called me beautiful and I was like, oh my god, please, I'm gonna die right here. Such a compliment. It's so funny too because I'm gonna do my eyeshadow now. Let me just talk about my eyeshadow before I continue rambling. Okay, so if you guys follow me on Instagram, which if you don't, you should, I posted about how I spent so much money on ColourPop, and I was like, should I do some makeup videos to convince myself that it was a business expense? And you guys were like, yes, we want to see makeup videos. So I bought 3 palettes. I'm gonna be using this one. This is called Déjà Brew, which is perfect because this is like a coffee shop, you know, sort of like cozy. It's a gorgeous palette. Like, I'm obsessed with this palette because it's so pretty. Like 6 matte shades, 3 beautiful shimmers. They're all cooler toned. Some of them are more neutral, a bit more on the warm side, but they're very cool toned. So this is perfect for that like coffee, latte, sexy grunge, like soft grunge. I use this almost every day, you guys. I love it. So that's what we're using today, but I did want to show you the other 2 palettes I bought that I'm going to do some makeup looks on later. This is Cloud 9. It's so gorgeous. And it's just a bunch of iconic, cool toned shimmers. I'm going to do some very angelic makeup looks with these. Like, so gorgeous. Oh my god, I don't even know if this one... got it all over my finger. I don't even know if this one is really this black. I don't know if you can see the reflecties. It's so pretty. Oh my god, I could die. Okay, and then this one is Blowing Smoke. And I've used this for a lot of my like Pamela Anderson inspired looks. And it's just like a perfect smoky, dark smoky look. So we'll use them all, but we're gonna do Déjà Brew today. Love her, love her. So I am gonna blend that concealer over the eyes to work as a primer. We're gonna start with the shade Brew Me, baby. So we're gonna go into that shade, all over / into the crease shade. And the fun thing about these kind of looks is that you don't need to worry about being perfect. I love imperfection. Sometimes the most beautiful things are rough around the edges. Taking it all over the lid, and I am taking it up into the crease, diffusing it really nicely, and bringing it along this way, because I like a good winged out sort of energy. Taking this pencil brush, using the same shade, I'm just gonna go on the lower lash line. But yeah, the show was super fun. Oh, I was gonna say, I think it's so funny because I've like met 2 of my YouTube icons since being out here, and both times I was so nervous to go up to them and say anything. But I met a fan at Pagan Pride this year, and she came up to me and was like, I just want to say like I love your channel, and she was like saying things, and I was like, I could have died in that moment. Like, it was so beautiful. Like, it was probably much better for me than it was for her. Like, it was just so good. It felt so reassuring that people like what I do. And it was the first time anything like that has ever happened, and I was just like, God, it was like the coolest thing. So that's what I told myself when I was gonna go up to Heather and be like, hey, I love you. Like, I was like, okay, as much as this like makes me so uncomfortable and anxious, like, just remember how that girl made you feel when she came up to you and told you that she liked your content. Like, you know, so that's kind of what I did, and made me feel less anxious. Okay, so I put it on the lower lash line, as you can see. I just changed to a different pencil brush because I was liking this better. and I'm dragging it along the crease. What you can do if you're feeling a little nervous about this is you can take some tape, just Scotch tape, and like put it right here so that you don't have to, I'm shaking so much because of all the coffee I drank. Put it right here so that you can not worry so much about being perfect. But again, this is not a look that you need to be perfect about, right? I totally forgot to do the Taurus sigil. If you want to do the sigil, when you're putting on your concealer, do the little Taurus sigil with your concealer, or if you do decide to wear a foundation or whatever, you can do that. But mostly I'm working with the vibes. And what I think is so fun is this palette is already intentionally made to be Déjà Brew. It's already intentionally made to be coffee themed. So that energy, you can really tap into it. Okay, I think this is good for the eye. What you can do if you feel like it got a little too messy or got a little crazy, you can take your beauty blender or your brush if that's what you used. And I like to just stamp. Ooh! Just stamp, it cleans it up, but again, it doesn't need to be, maybe I'm gonna tap it because it doesn't need to be perfect. Cute, and you don't have to use this palette, by the way. It is super affordable. I love ColourPop because they're a lot more affordable and they're like top tier quality, so you can get really good quality for, you know, drugstore prices. So I'm gonna take this flat kind of brush and I'm gonna go in with Kappa U, this middle shimmer shade. You can adjust based on your skin tone and kind of like what you're going for, but this is gonna be my all over lid shade. And I like a little shimmer on the lid because I just feel, I don't know, I just like it. And this is why you might choose to do your concealer afterwards, because you can get a little bit of fallout, which is just eyeshadow that is falling from where you're putting it. But I don't care about that. This palette's pretty good about fallout. And I only usually really do that if I'm doing a super, super dark look and I'm using black or something. And I'm worried about that getting all over my face. I don't really care if brown shimmer gets all over because we'll just blend it out. Who cares? We're using some more ColourPop. I hope they sponsor me someday because I love them. This is ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Sunnyvale. It's just a brown cream liner. I like this because it's not as dark as black, obviously. So it goes really well with that, like, kind of diffusing it. Still bringing in that depth of darkness in the eyeliner section, but not being so harsh and dramatic as black. So I'm lining my waterline, or my tight line is what it's called. And then I'm gonna go above the lash line, just in the outer corner. And then I'm gonna kind of wing it out just a bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna smudge it. Ooh. Again, a good time to use your beauty blender to clean up the line. You can even go back in with that pencil brush and just kind of blend it with whatever is left on to really diffuse that color. Yeah, and again, the thing I like about this is it doesn't need to be perfect. Now I'm questioning if I want to do anything on my waterline or if I want to keep it. Yeah, I think I do. I just like, when I do my waterline, I only do half. I do the outer half because I don't want to make my eyes look too small. I'm going to take an angled brush and the darkest shade, which is Double Shot, and I'm going to just blend that together and out into the wing. I've been really liking a darker, like, lower lid. I think it's really pretty. I am using black mascara. I always use black mascara. And I think the brown eyeliner with the black mascara helps with the kind of like diffused, it's not all black, you know, so it's kind of like black melting into a dark brown eyeliner, melting into, you know, a mid-tone brown eyeshadow look. And I just think that helps with the, I don't know, coziness of it, I guess, because it's nothing sharp or stark or, you know, crazy dramatic. As much as I love dramatic looks and contrast and stuff, I kind of like this low contrast look when I'm going for something cozy and lived in and a little messy. I like to leave my concealer not set until after eyeshadow, because then if there was any fallout or mistakes or anything that needed to be cleaned up, I could clean it up while the concealer was still wet before I set it. I decided I'm not going to do any color corrector. I'm going to leave my dark circles a little bit more visible. Kind of like that. I'm going to use this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop finishing powder for under the eyes. I really like this. This is honestly the best setting powder I've used because I have super dry skin. I don't generally need powder. I don't use powder usually, but I think this is really good for, you know, wanting to set your concealer and making sure that it's not going to crease or do anything funky. And I think concealer just looks a lot better when it's set. So if I am going to set my concealer or my foundation, I'm going to use this. Cool. But I'm not going to put it all over my face, and that's the only powder I'm going to do besides like bronzer and blush. So cool. I'm gonna let my mascara dry before I do my bottom coat, and I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Cool. Welcome back. Eyes are done except for that bottom lash line of mascara, which I'm gonna wait to do. Let's do our bronzer. I'm gonna use this Ofra Cosmetics. I'm gonna use this lighter shade, and I'm just gonna go kind of all over my forehead. I think bronzer is pretty integral to this look because I think it's all about that like kind of brown latte shade. So even my I'll take these out finally. Even my blush, kind of like the cream blush we did, the blush is gonna be warm toned too, or at least warm for me. I don't do like a lot of warm tones again. So all over my forehead, in the hollows of my cheeks. I'm not doing really a contour. I'm just doing kind of an all over bronze because I'm not, again, trying to look chiseled or perfect or anything. I'm just kind of trying to look warm and cozy. I'm not gonna contour my nose or anything. Again, this isn't about looking however. It's about being cozy. Okay, cool. I'm taking this Note blush, and this is in the shade Desert Rose. It's this very orange shade, and I'm just gonna do one little lump because it is pigmented. And start here and work out and go over my nose and you know the drill. And this over the nose effect blends it really nicely, makes it look a lot more natural, things like that. I could have even gotten lighter, you know, because this is just, like I said, so pigmented. Cool. Oh, cray. We're almost done. We're getting there. Mascara on the bottom. I feel like I live in this hoodie nowadays. This is like all you guys see me wearing. It is so comfy. But I felt like it was topical for this video, so I'm not even mad about it. Okay, I'm gonna do something so unhinged. It's not even that unhinged. I'm gonna do fake freckles, okay? This is Lime Crime Freckle Pen. This is in the shade Medium, Cocoa. And we're gonna do some fake little freckles. So the deal with fake freckles is that they're cute. Okay, I use a lot of SPF on my face, so I don't really get freckles on my face. I have them all over my arms, but here's what we're gonna do. As random as you possibly can, just start dotting. I really don't like the look of fake freckles when they look really, really obviously fake. So I go pretty, I guess like, I try to be natural, obviously. But this pen I really like because it's super, super light. And it just like blends in. It's really, really light. And you can do layers. This is when a shaky hand really comes in clutch. Put it all over my nose. I think on the nose is cute. And then you can kind of use it to like contour your nose. I do some up here to make it look more natural. And then I'll like concentrate on certain areas. Make sure that I'm doing a variety of sizes and never being even. Again, I think faux freckles just give you a nice, like, no makeup kind of look. It's very down to earth. I wish you could do these a little smaller, but with this pen, it's so old that it's like, it's not the best at that. You have to be really particular if you want them to be smaller. And this is a situation, you know, I think it's cute. It's like, yeah, I think it's cute. I like it. Last thing we're gonna do is our lips. And I like to go for a cherry latte sort of look. So I'm using this NYX lip liner in the shade Vintage. And the trick with overlining your lips, if that's something you want to do, is to line them. And I always like to do a little thing here. And then start in the corner and just kind of feather it in like that. So it's not so sharp. And that way, if your lipstick wears off, and all that's left is your lip liner, it's at least blended. That has happened to me so many times. Yeah, cool. We'll fix it up. We'll add some more. But I'm going to use this Juvia's Place lipstick. This is maybe my favorite lipstick. I've had it for so long. And this is in the shade of Mauve Moment. I just think it's a gorgeous color. And it feels so comfy on the skin. It's super creamy. I love Juvia's Place. And thankfully this is a nice shade down from the lip liner I used. It's not as dark. So they work really super well together. Blend it in. And for this kind of look, I prefer a lipstick over like a liquid lipstick because I think that it's all about wearability and comfortability, and you want it to feel cozy. And I can't be cozy in a liquid lipstick. They're so nice, they last so long, they're great for events, but it's not cozy. So I am just gonna touch up that liner, go over it once more, and make sure it's blended. Okay, look at that. We did it. We did it. So that is my cozy no foundation, coffee girl, bookstore girl makeup. Main character of a little cozy novel. How does it feel? Do you like it? Let me know. And let me know if you wear this look, and tag me on Instagram if you do. I'd love to see it. And let's do a little close-up action. Check it out. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.